Mm. Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business on this hump day, on this short NFL playoff wild card weekend. Man, can't believe it. The season's gone. It's a new year. And this weekend we have playoffs. Home game in Dallas. A game that I hope the fans will be loud, will be proud, will be behind our Cowboys 100%. We're going to need that. We're going to need this to feel like we are in Seattle. We are going to need to show those Seahawks that they're not the only one that's got a 12th man. That you guys, that us, we're going to put in the universe that we will not be denied. We are going to take this. We are going to hold on and we're going to get this victory. Now, I got to tell you, it seems like so many things are always working against the Dallas Cowboys. You got all the talking heads that always talk about how bad we are, putting all these crazy ideas about how inept the Cowboys are, how bad they are, how everything is negative. But I don't think that way in life. There's some people that always are going around as woe is me, the world is coming to an end, with this loser mentality. I don't think that way. What I think in my life is instead of figuring out how it's not going to work or it's going to fail, I look at it as how can I make it succeed? Because if you don't believe in something, if you don't think that it can happen, chances are it won't. So, when I look at this game this weekend, forget about what happened with the pass. Forget about the botch, fumble, kick. Forget about Sean Lee getting hit by Golden Tate. Forget about not running Zeke Elliott down on the goal line. Forgive me, I still got the cold. Forget about Jason Garrett as a coach. None of that stuff has any bearing with this game this weekend. This is a new group of guys, new set of people with a different mentality. These guys, instead of finding ways not to win, they find ways to win. And that's the mark of a good team, and I feel that this is a good team. But for once, if you are a conspiracy theorist, if you believe that the NFL actually has some control over who plays, if you buy into that, I got to tell you what the NFL would want to see happen. I can guarantee you that the NFL, if it's about money, if it's about ratings, if it's about getting fans in the stands, what they probably will want is for the Dallas Cowboys to win and there be a rematch with the New Orleans Saints. Think about the headlines. Think about the hype. Think about the ratings. Great offense versus great defense. The Cowboys beat them when nobody thought they could in Dallas. Now they meet in the playoffs in New Orleans. I'm going to be interested to see this weekend if we see as many flags on the Cowboys as we have in other games. I wonder if down the road we're going to look back at the 2016 draft, as much as Troy Aikman said we needed to blow things up and start all over with everything, I wonder if down the road we look at 2016 as a changing point. When you look at what we were able to get out of that draft, it's unbelievable. Think about getting Zeke Elliott, who in 3 years has got 2 rushing titles. And he would have had a third had the NFL not sat him for 6 weeks. Never missed a game because of injury. I was on par with people like Jim Brown. If you get that guy in the draft, it's a success. But then you start thinking about now, Jalen Smith. When you drafted him, nobody thought that Jalen Smith for sure would play. There were doubts. There were doubts even the year he did play. Is this going to be as good as we got for a second-round pick? But now, Jalen Smith is hell on earth. Jalen Smith is just scratching the surface of what he can be. To get those 2 players in one draft would be far and away a miracle. A franchise running back and a stud linebacker? Are you kidding me? But to even get a Malik Collins in the mix, he's not a superstar. He's a lunch pail guy, a guy that goes to work, and when healthy, can clog up the middle, and is an integral part of your defense, a starter. That's pretty good. 3. And that's a miracle draft right there. Now, we didn't do too well with Charles Tapper. He never lived up to the hype, and that's okay because you have a lot of drafts that guys don't make it. Look at our 2009 draft. 2009, within 3 years, we didn't have a single player even on the team, and most of them were out of football. It was a disaster. But then, to have a compensatory pick, because we lost DeMarco Murray, and let's be real. Had it not been for DeMarco Murray not being re-signed, this would be a completely different team. You wouldn't have gotten the compensatory pick that we used to draft our quarterback, Dak Prescott. And more than likely, he would have still been in Dallas, and you wouldn't have had the season that you had in 2015 and would not have been in the position to draft the Zeke Elliott. But think about that. Think about that for a second. That pick, you're not really supposed to have. And you get a franchise quarterback. And I know some of you will argue and say, well, Dak is trash. Dak is not the guy. When you look at teams out there right now that are taking 2, 3 picks and moving up trying to get a quarterback and hoping that he's going to be the guy, when you see teams like Minnesota desperate that they throw $80-some million at a Kirk Cousins to get Dak Prescott in the 4th round, you got Jalen Smith, Dak Prescott, Charles Tapper, Malik Collins, and Rico Gathers. Now, we know Rico is not panned out just yet. But quietly, Rico is playing a lot in blocking. Something they said he can't do. But I dare say that we're going to see more of Rico Gathers in the beginning. Later. So you look at that draft, and this team has been shaped and it has been marked by that draft class. And I'm wondering if down the road, we look at that draft and say, oh my God, what a draft. What a draft. Oh, I forgot. Anthony Brown was also picked up in that draft. Another guy who, his rookie year, played a lot of minutes, played really well. Has had ups and downs. But that draft class, my friends, was loaded. And the reason why that Dallas Cowboys team is where they are is that draft class. And if we're going to succeed in the playoffs, it's going to be because of that draft class. Well, it's back to work. It's back to reality. So, as they always tell me, don't quit your day job. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you guys soon.